Mum, why won't you let me watch the
Dex.
Happy
I said happy Dexters.
I didn't know what
I
I was
forgot.
saying.
I forgot what we were doing. What we were gonna
Oh, funny.
Okay.
Oh.
say. Hey everyone.
Happy Dex year, everybody.
Happy Dex year.
It's so good to be back.
Oh.
It's like we took a big break. and It's just good. It's so good to see all
We've
your
been
faces.
off like we're recording for about a month or something.
For me, it's been about
crazy.
2 months.
Yeah,
I
Olive
haven't
hasn't
seen
been
you
too.
guys in forever.
That's
Yeah,
a lie.
because
I
you
live
went
with
and then
you.
you tried to steal Christmas.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
did
you
try to steal
stole
Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
No,
Tried.
but your heart grew 3 times.
That's right. It's in my throat.
It's so
Ah.
good.
That's gross. In my throat.
In case you're just joining us for this new Dex heavy year,
Yeah.
my name is Dennis, and I'm the fun one.
Well, okay.
My name's Logan. I'm also the fun one.
What? You can't be the fun
Hi,
one.
my name's Oliver, and I'm here. And
Hi, I'm Harry. I'm the one with the talent.
whoa!
All right, Ringo.
All right.
Ringo.
Was Ringo the one with the
No,
talent?
Ringo can't
Ringo's
play
the
drums.
drummer.
Shit.
Oh, wait, Ringo was the drummer.
Yeah, he was
Oh.
also, he's like the narrator, isn't he? In
Of
the
Tom
original
the Tank
Thomas the
Engine.
Tank
Yeah,
Engine.
man.
Fun
Yeah.
fact.
Is he
fun
like
fact.
the most famous drummer in the world?
That's a lot. you know.
Probably, but
What about
Keith
Phil
Moon-
Collins?
Keith Moon from The Who?
Phil Collins is
Phil
bigger
Collins
than Keith
is not
Moon,
a
right?
drummer.
he's
He's a
singer.
drummer.
No,
No.
he's
I don't know
a
if this
singer.
is. I don't know if this is important.
Dennis, are you thinking about the gorilla who
Think
plays
about
this
the
song?
No, but Phil, no, legitimately, my flatmate was a drummer, and she was like, she was like, Phil Collins is as a drummer.
No, she's wrong.
So, guys, 2020.
Wait,
How do
we
we
are not gonna continue
Yes,
this
we are.
podcast. Phil Collins was in a band. Google it.
Yeah,
He was in
Genesis.
Genesis.
Genesis,
he was the
and
lead
he was a
singer.
drummer in it,
Yeah.
right?
Wasn't he
Yeah.
the singer of
He's a
Genesis?
singer.
Okay. Well,
Along
we'll
with-
talk about this
along
next.
with,
Stamp it.
along with Peter Gabriel.
Okay, we'll need to fact check this later on.
And there's that Queen guy.
I feel like we should, guys. I feel like we should acknowledge
Roger
how we
Taylor.
started in 2020, and now we're entering a new year.
Yeah, I mean it's like been so good. I can't believe we're almost at our 1-year anniversary.
And do you know what's
Wow.
crazy?
Oh, wow.
The theme song is actually from 2019 as
Yeah,
well.
it's a
It's
2 year.
That's
This
true.
podcast,
Oh yeah.
this, and
Wow.
then we did remake it,
Oh.
but it's like 2 years in the making. Like we were just hanging out and talking and saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, we should start doing the podcast."
Yeah.
And then we didn't do the podcast for a year, and then we had lockdown, and then we're like,
Let's
"Oh,
do it.
let's do
Guys,
it."
let's
as
do
well.
something. Yeah.
So and now we're keeping at it, and we're doing a fringe show coming up in March 20th, Saturday. Book your tickets because it's
Yeah,
already
please.
half sold out.
That's crazy.
Which
Is it
pretty
now?
cool.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's
much
crazy.
because it's a pretty
One
small
shot, it is
venue.
very can't
Very,
stress.
Buy your
very,
tickets now.
Very
Very-
limited.
You can
Can't
find
Very
us on.
exclusive.
Is it
Can't
fringe
stress
dot?
the limited
.nz.
team.
Yeah, fringe.co.nz.
Yeah.
Just search Dexperience.
A live podcast.
We only
find
have
us.
like 20 seats, no?
Yeah, we've sold over half. Or half. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Wow.
That's very exciting.
It's so good.
Thank
We're
you,
in
Dexters.
2021.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff happened over Christmas and New Year's. How was it?
I grew a year older.
Woo!
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
birthday.
Oh, wow, thanks, friends.
Happy
It's-
birthday,
Harry, you don't like celebrating it,
Yeah,
so
but you
it's
could have
like,
remembered it was my birthday though.
I mean, we did all
Dennis,
say
you
happy
could have
birthday.
remembered.
That hot second? Nah, that's gonna haunt me forever.
Harry, I contacted you several times. I was
Yeah,
like,
I know. Several times.
I was like simping over you. I was like, let's do something, and you're like, no,
I was
no
like,
thanks.
well, no, I was like, no, I like to be by myself.
Yes.
And you're like, no, let's do something. I'm like, Dennis,
I know.
I
It's,
like to be by
How-
myself.
How did
Okay.
you spend your? What did you play video games?
I went to work, which everyone should do on the birthday.
What?
Yeah, it's fun. I went to work and
Is it?
I went home and I watched Criminal Minds.
Nice.
cool.
I've never
No
watched
man.
Criminal
Awesome.
Minds.
was it a good episode?
I watched about half a season.
Wow.
I've been
Good,
watching.
good half season then.
Yeah, oh, fuck yeah, it's a great show. I enjoy it. And then I also got a little bit drunk by myself, which is
Nice.
also really
That's
really
very
fun.
good.
Shout out to Garage Project.
Yeah.
You make good stuff.
Well,
Sponsor
let's
us,
not-
please.
Yeah, if you, I mean, I don't
Let's
know.
get
if
sponsored by alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah, why
let's
not?
do it.
I mean, I won't say no. I think we should get sponsored by Fix and Fog. We should try contacting Fix and
I
Fog
reckon we could.
I don't
because,
reckon
like, we could give away free Fix and Fog at the Dexperience
I-
section.
I just want free peanut butter.
I've been offered a sponsor by one of our listeners.
What?
He wants to sponsor.
Whoa,
Oliver
whoa,
has been
whoa.
saying
Oh
this
my
for
god!
I've
two
told
months.
you
know, I was
guys
talking to someone, and they were like, "Oh, when we did that pretend bed thing,
Oh.
they thought it was an actual ad."
Yeah.
Seriously.
Was I with you with that?
Yeah, you
yeah.
were.
Who was
yeah.
it?
I
we
think it
name
was
drop?
Finn.
That's right. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Shout out to you, Finn. We
Shout
love
out
you.
to
Shout out to you,
Finn.
Finn,
Yeah,
for
Finn.
thinking that we were big enough to get sponsored.
Yeah, what
By
was
a made-up bid company.
Yeah.
That's
Has
great.
Finn bought tickets to the show?
Finn has bought
I
tickets
think
to the
so.
show.
Yeah,
Thank
they
you.
bought them when we were leading back into our stories about New Year's and Christmas. I had a great time at. I had a great time with Logan's Fam Bam Jam.
Logan's Fam Bam
Bam
Jam,
Jam.
otherwise known as Christmas.
That's
Yeah.
what our family calls Christmas.
Black
They
Betty,
do.
Bramble
They're
Jam.
Mormons. No, they're not Mormons. We love our Mormons. In the Dexter crew.
So how was it, guys? What did you get up
Let's
to?
get off religion.
Yeah.
We good. We spent. We had. There's 9 of us in the house because my whole family was
people.
there. My girlfriend was there. Dennis was there. And my sister's boyfriend was there, so there was heaps of us in the house.
Shout out to
and one of
you,
my
Taryn.
sister's friends also came up, so we just had the
Wow.
house was full.
Your
of
sister's
people.
boyfriend was on my flight back to Wellington as well.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun.
Ah,
Yeah.
That's a good.
Yeah, it's a small country where you just run into the same
Yeah,
people. It's
crazy,
like a
yeah.
video game.
Yeah,
You really do. It's like a video game.
Yeah, we went
New Zealand, the
paddleboarding.
video game.
It was
Yeah.
so good.
We went paddleboarding almost every morning at the beach. Which was
Yeah.
fun.
Did it remind you of Wii Sports Resort?
Like a video
No,
game.
you're thinking. No, I didn't have Wii Sports Resort.
Oh,
You said Wii Sports?
I just
That's a
had Wii
great
Sports.
game.
Yeah.
That's a great name game.
I think that's one of the most
Get named
sold.
for a game,
That's one of the
so.
most sold games because they came with
yeah,
every week.
packaged with the
Yeah.
Wii. Yeah,
Banger of a game though.
it's a good game.
The baseball's
Bowling.
great. The bowling's champion.
Bowling.
Oh,
I don't know why, but games they just don't know how to do bowling. Like I got 51 Clubhouse games or something,
Oh, yeah,
and the
that's
bowling's
rubbish.
like it's
That's
just
rubbish.
like it's only 2 players at a time, and the way that you do it is kind of weird. I mean, why not just copy the way that you do it on the Wii?
the
bowling?
Wii bowling, I found a hack very quickly where I didn't need to stand up.
You could
The
just
whole
sit
point
down.
of Wii Sports is to get you up and
Yeah.
active. I just found you should flick your wrist right at the corner.
Well,
You
that's
get a strike every time.
that's
Wow.
ingenious. I guess.
Should have done a speed run.
It's like the people who play Ring Fit and like do it sitting down without moving.
That's just
Yeah.
cheating.
Or
Defeats the entire
Yeah.
plot. It's like, oh, I only play Ring Fit for the story. It's the only reason.
Well,
good
do
story.
they catch Draco? I want to know.
wait, I think Ring Fit, the Ring Fit thing and Drago, they like had like a relationship or something.
No, they used to
Why?
be. He was the trainer.
What were they trained? I thought they had like some
crazy.
sort of like partners.
No,
like-
Ring Fit used to be his.
I shipped them.
Our position used to be what Draco was,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then Draco betrayed him.
Whoa, so much lore.
Full-
Oh, it is quite
and
the
went
lore.
for extra power and betrayed Ring and took his powers. That's like
Ring
This
Fit.
is-
But I like to
Ring
imagine
Fit
that they
Adventure
were
for
like,
Smash.
they were like best friends and they were like partners. And then like, you know how sometimes you have a friend and they kind of like, they go off the track a little bit and you're like, oh. And then I think Drago was that, and then like it's like your journey of like redemption. It's like a Naruto. It's like an anime arc, like Naruto and Sasuke.
How was your New Year's, Oliver?
I don't know.
Yeah, so
any of it. I don't know.
mine was really
No,
good.
it's very interesting,
That
Dennis.
was,
Thank
that
you.
was interesting. I had a really good New Year's. I went up to Auckland, visit my family and my friends, and my girlfriend Georgia was with me, which is fantastic. I spent Christmas with her family as well, which I'd never done before.
He told me he hated it.
It's very. I did, most certainly did not hate it, Harry. That is all right. Yeah, it just started. Shit. Like,
She doesn't listen to us. It's fine.
They might.
There just wasn't enough. There just wasn't enough beer for all of it.
That is what I. Could have done with some more alcohol, but you know that's just
For your
speaking
addiction.
to my just to fulfill the addiction.
Yeah.
But no, it was a lovely time. It was honestly very nice. I didn't feel homesick at all. It was actually really. I felt like
Well,
part of
that's
the
good.
Hey,
family.
that's nice. Imagine
It's
if
really
your
nice.
family were listening to this. They just, you know,
No, no, it's not insulting. Because then
Yeah.
I went out for New Year's with them. Met up some friends. It was really awesome.
Yeah, you went to the doof.
Went out to the clubs.
The
Yeah.
dude.
I have a friend who's a DJ. Shout out to Ludus.
Shout out to Ludus. Theme song?
What? He doesn't have a theme. Right.
I mean, he can
his
make us
theme
a
song
theme
would be
song.
drum and bass.
Yeah,
Um,
that'd be
Hey,
fun.
our theme song is amazing.
It is a pretty good
It's
thing.
pretty good.
Yeah, a really wholesome time. And it was great. And I felt like I had a really good holiday. And like obviously the beaches in Auckland are fantastic.
Mm.
Yeah, they're
It's
right.
nice and sunny.
Yeah.
Because I went to Nelson after being in Auckland for a week. So I had basically 2.5 weeks of sun. And then I came back down to Wellington. First day back, wind and rain.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
brought- It was
Yeah, we
actually
came
quite
back.
nice before you
It's awful.
came.
Yeah,
Logan.
it was really nice the whole time.
And then
Yeah.
like he came back and
Yeah,
it,
it was,
suddenly
it was
started
wind
being
and
all
rain. It
terrible.
was cloudy yesterday. It was cloudy all weekend. It was cloudy
Oh.
today.
My perfect days.
It's not
though.
too bad today though.
I
Actually,
missed it. I
I
missed
love
it.
Quite hot.
It's still quite warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Auckland warm, but
No. Or Nelson.
So, yeah, it sounds like we had a pretty good time.
But how about Harry?
Yeah. What?
How about you? You didn't say
Oh,
didn't say your
Christmas.
Christmas, yeah.
I went to my brother's. Yeah, that was all right.
two brothers.
I went in for a couple
They were
days.
brothers.
It is what it is. And then I flew back. Yeah.
Woo!
I actually spent New Year's night with Dennis and some other
We
friends.
did.
Yeah.
We didn't kiss though.
No, we didn't kiss.
No.
No.
I was like, I forgot that's the thing that you do on New Year's.
You never New Year's kiss
Huh?
with anyone?
I've never had a New Year's kiss.
You should have told me I would have kissed
He
you.
100% would have kissed you.
Ah, well, it didn't even cross my mind.
We'll do it right now.
Yeah.
No, the moment's gone.
10.
That's way gone.
9, 8,
No, we're not
7.
doing
I don't think it's 25
6,
this
That's
quick.
not my friend. We're not kissing.
3,
on the-
2.
We're not kissing.
Oh, wow, for all they like trick the audio listeners.
The audio list is like, oh
I
my
didn't-
god, they kissed. And the viewers are like, nah, liars, man.
No, they did, guys.
Assholes. But yeah, it was a good time. It was, it was the usual stuff.
Yeah, I had fun. Like,
Yeah.
it was a good New Year's. Although I had flown back that day from Auckland.
Yeah, you did.
And like, I was like, when you fly anywhere, I feel like you kind of just lose a day no matter what. Like, because you're like the stress of
No
flying.
matter the time. Yeah.
It's like you just feel like it's kind of like you don't want to do anything after you fly.
When I came back from Auckland for Christmas, I landed at 8 in the morning, and then like I completely cleaned the apartment and went grocery shopping by like 10, and I was just exhausted, and I think
Yeah.
I slept until like 6 or something after. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like flying. Like every time I get on a plane, I'm like, well, I might die. I'm already on the
Yeah,
plane.
yeah.
There's no point in like worrying about it. And I'm just gonna enjoy it.
Just gonna enjoy the death.
Yeah, but and chances are low anyway. So it's like,
Well,
Very
the worst
optimistic.
times are when you're landing and taking off.
yeah, Wellington
Yeah,
as well. It's
statistically,
so
that's the-
windy in Wellington.
yeah.
I've never had bad
you're
landing,
lucky.
except when I went into Auckland this time, it was crap ass. And when I came up from Nelson, we were in a smaller plane, just like two seats in a row.
Yeah.
And like on the propeller, and we were literally like felt like we were like
Wow.
going, like,
Yeah,
side to
Yeah.
that was my
side.
flight to Auckland.
That's like the
yeah.
worst I've like ever had to. I was actually like Jesus.
My flight back was like pretty bumpy as well from Auckland, as well.
I hate flying.
So yeah.
Should
I
we
really
talk
like
about?
flying.
Oh, sorry,
Oh.
Oliver. Should we talk about Pokemon or video games, maybe?
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
one
Wait, this
thing.
is a Pokemon
one-
podcast.
One thing quickly, one thing that I was just wanting to say is that, like, one thing that we can talk about is, I got this from like a Facebook post, but basically, what our 3 most influential games are for ourselves personally.
But like that changed our lives.
Yeah,
or-
like that, was a big part of your life.
Radio.
I don't know. Should we make it 4? Because I feel like there's like one that's just a gimme.
Well, if
anyway,
you have
right?
4, then
Like it'll
say
be
4.
Pokemon, right?
Do you want to go first, Dennis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
go
I
first.
feel like you've prepared a list.
yeah, I
yeah.
think you got it.
I'll go first. So, okay, of course, Pokemon. Like Pokemon
which
Sapphire
one? There
in
we go.
particular, because that was the one that I had. My first one that I had. Everyone remembers their first, and
I don't.
What? And
Oy vey.
and we have fun.
Come and see this live at Fringe.
And so
Pay $5 to.
there was like one save file that I maxed up to like 999 hours, and like I'm pretty sure
Whoa,
I
that's
doubled
cool.
that on like the other unplayed playthroughs and stuff. So yeah, I played that heaps as a kid.
Unplayed playthroughs?
Huh?
Like I mean, played playthroughs. Like I don't know what I mean.
Did you mean like unsaved?
Yeah, like untimed, like that I haven't counted.
Right, okay.
yet.
Oh, okay.
It's like, how do you...
Let's see. Oh, Pokemon. I think Final Fantasy X.
Oh, okay.
That was like a big one for me in terms of like seeing it being played on PlayStation 2. Really good use of storytelling. I think that was. Well, I've played like Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, but I think 10 was the one where it's like, it was actually like an experience rather than like, a story that you're playing. If that makes sense. It was
right.
like you could actually feel emotions for the characters. Not to say that you couldn't for the other ones, but for like a kid like me, because I think at that time I was like not great at reading still, so it was really good having all that visual information, like the CGI and stuff. And also that's when AMVs were quite big. Now that I
What's
think-
AMV?
Animated
animated
music
music
video.
video.
Yeah.
April.
April.
Yeah.
That actually,
Neutron.
April's
That-
up for Christmas.
Yeah.
And that got pulled out because Kieran, one of our listeners, has a YouTube channel, and he just got
Conjured
like,
Crafts.
then he
Shout
just
out to
gets
you.
like a video to 1,000 views, and then it came up that April has one with like 500,000, so we had to put it on.
That's pretty classic.
I didn't know he had a YouTube channel. That's cool.
Yeah, Conjured Crafts. He makes like weapons
Minecraft?
and stuff. Shout out to
Shout out to
like
Minecraft
prop
Steve.
weapons.
like real crafts.
Yeah.
I love it.
What do you mean
and-
real crafts? The craft is very real.
And third one would be Tetris.
Dun,
Oh, yeah.
dun,
Like-
You know,
So why'd you like Tetris, Dennis?
Tetris was the game that I
Played it
played.
alone in the library.
No, not at school. I just read the newspaper alone at
just
school.
at,
Thank
just at
you.
university.
Read the
Um,
newspaper at school?
Yeah, like in high school, because there were some days when
Hey,
like
Dennis is old, man. Don't forget this.
what?
You
No,
know,
like
we didn't have
they-
smartphones back then.
You didn't
You
have
play handball or like, you don't need...
Handball.
I like him.
you
I
didn't
got
have like a
into
newspaper
handball.
rack at your school.
No, I don't think so.
What do you mean you did?
Sure we
Dennis,
did,
mate.
but I didn't bother
Dennis,
my
they had
time.
phones,
with it.
mate.
Right on.
They had phones.
I wasn't on my phone during... I'm talking
Yeah,
about like...
that's a lie.
Actually, it wasn't until me and Oliver were year 13 and Oliver's year below me, year 12, his last 2 years that you were allowed phones out at lunchtime.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
That's
weird
a
because
strict
like you
rule.
know that they're just all like playing like I don't know like
Pokemon Go.
Pac-Man
Oh
mobile.
my god, it's
Yeah.
really big on our
Pokemon
last
Go was
year.
big.
Yeah, why Tetris?
Oh,
Dennis?
Tetris. I think I've always, the moment I got it, like, it was just like it's like pretty much the perfect puzzle game. You can keep playing it forever and ever. I remember I had like this Chinese made like video Game Boy kind of knockoff type thing, like, and it had like a Tetris game on it, and like I got like really good at it actually. And then like I got Tetris DS as well, which had like Nintendo theming, and it was like really good and probably still my favorite Tetris version. And I really got into it because I found out that Utada Hikaru, which was the singer of the Kingdom Hearts series, was like one of my most favorite one of my most favorite Japanese singers at the time. So I found out she was like a whiz at Tetris, so then that kind of encouraged me to get more into Tetris. And now I'm good at Tetris.
I believe Tetris is the first video game to have like actual soundtrack.
Soundtrack?
Yeah, it's the first one to have it.
Really?
Yeah,
Cool.
a Russian guy did it. I don't remember the name. I studied it when I was in high school. It was crazy.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
it was a really big thing between
Yeah.
like Russia and America that Tetris actually came out.
Yeah,
Oh.
Pong had the first sound effects, but Tetris had the first soundtrack.
Fascinating.
Yeah,
Fun.
Okay,
education here.
are those all your games?
Yeah,
Ian?
those are my top 3.
Those are good games.
What jumps to mind for me? I'll go
Minecraft.
next. I assume we're going down. Well,
Cyberbully or Minecraft.
okay.
Barbie's Adventure, My Pony Wonderland.
I would have to say
The pinata.
this is a Pokemon podcast, so I feel like we're all going to put a Pokemon game in there.
Of course.
Probably. Maybe not. I'd say Pokemon Diamond. That was my first ever Pokemon game. And I think I played through that when I was about 6 or 7, probably 7.
That would have been 2007.
Wow.
Or if I played it when it
Young.
came out, I might have been 6. So that would have was about 2000. It came out in
It came out
2006.
Yes, it did.
2007, didn't it?
No, it came out in 2006.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
Pretty sure.
that was on like a DS. Is it DS Lite?
He's
Or
so
a
No, the DS Lite
DS, is this
wasn't
on
didn't
DS?
come out yet.
Okay, I must have been on
I think.
DS.
Would have been DS.
And I loved that game. That was like fantastic. It was the only reason I got into Pokemon because my older brother played it, and I had seen him playing it on like a Game Boy Advance.
Shout out
I
to
think,
Seb.
I think Fire
Yeah,
Red.
Seb.
Shout out to Seb.
We love you, Seb.
And it was just like amazing to me. It kind of blew my mind. I'd never really seen video games like that, and so playing Pokemon, that was amazing. Pokemon Diamond, it was such cool. It really felt like my world because like I didn't know anyone else that played it. Only me and my brother played it, so
Yeah,
it felt
yeah.
very special to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say that's great. So I'm very excited by the potential of Diamond and Pearl remakes this year.
This
Oh,
year.
I feel like
totally
could
gonna-
happen.
Totally
I
gonna
have
happen.
qualms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Moving on. A little bit of shocker. Well, not shocker, but maybe a surprise to you guys. I'd say Ratchet and Clank 3 up your
Ooh.
arsenal for the PS2.
What's a pun?
That's probably up there for me as well.
Yeah. That's definitely really special to me. Because that was one of the first major console games I played. Really got into. Because I think we had a PS1 growing up when I was like 5. And we just had like a demo disc for that. So I'd kind of just mess around on that when I was like literally like an infant and not really know what I was doing. Ratchet and Clank 3, me and my brother would play it, and there was this awesome co-op mode. and like
We just take the bases.
we had to take the bases, and
I
there was the
love that
2
game
like
so
turrets
much.
on
Yeah.
either side of the bases. That was so much
That's
fun.
so good.
Yeah, it was amazing. You just got put in a map, and you had to like fight each other. That was like incredible. That was the first like 3D kind of space game, like
Cool.
openish game.
Yeah.
That was I really loved that. That was probably really special to me. Being able to play with my brother as well, like co-op, that was like awesome.
Was that the first game that you got to play with your brother, or that wasn't
Probably like
like
co-op.
confrontational?
Yeah, that'd be like the first like,
Oh,
co-op
how
game probably.
sweet.
And he's a year and a half older than me.
Ain't that cute?
Yeah, but he was definitely better at me, at it, and he would always beat me.
Spill it.
Like it was so much fun. And then for a third, difficult. Minecraft.
Yeah,
I'll say
I was gonna
Minecraft.
say.
It was either Minecraft or
Minecraft,
Fortnite.
Minecraft was definitely real
You're the
influential.
big
to
guy
me.
on Minecraft.
I remember I got Minecraft when I was 12 in year 8. So that was 2012. Because heaps of people were playing it, and I got into it. And I never really actually played the actual single player much. It was always going on servers with my friends and like building these bases.
And griefing.
And griefing other people. I would do that sometimes.
Oliver used to bully people. He would,
I-
what he would do is he would trick other people.
Why are you
to let
talking
him
for me,
into
Harry,
his-
here?
He'd trick people to let him into their server, and he would then like fly up or
You're gonna
something.
get me.
I don't know. And like build lava over their incredibly impressive houses, and he would slowly watch
As
as
it
the lava
fell.
dropped down, and they couldn't do anything about it.
I'll be honest.
Some kids would be really hurt by that. Some
Yeah.
kids possibly changed forever.
Yeah, you actually. Some people probably just quit Minecraft.
Look.
It's the psychology, man.
That was the end of their Minecraft.
I was 12
journey.
years old.
He was
And-
part sociopath.
I would love to like just have fun on Minecraft, and sometimes that meant ruining other people's fun.
a real-
However, that
that's-
was in the past. I would never do that
It's
today.
a real Greg
Oliver's
Heffley move.
reformed now. He went to
I'm
Minecraft
reformed.
jail.
I went
He's
to
come
Minecraft
out.
jail.
Yeah.
He's kind of
Um,
done his community service.
However, it was very satisfying when you could. No, it was so satisfying knowing that you would put so much lava on someone's house that it
Oh.
crashed the entire server,
Oh
and then
my
everyone got
God.
kicked
Evil,
out.
Okay,
man.
And that
Oh,
server
Oliver, you're
was
not allowed to talk for
offline.
the
That
next 5
server was
minutes.
offline for like a
my
week.
God.
You gotta stand in the naughty corner.
However, no, but like I think Minecraft is like actually a fantastic game, and I still really like it. Not for that reason. I like to still just play it and build stuff. I haven't in a while, but yeah.
Cool.
I would also I apologize for those actions.
To anyone that's been agreed by Oliver
Ollie
Ollie
McTrolley.
McCharlie would
Um,
be. Yeah.
on Minecraft,
I had a blue
he
Yoshi
apologizes.
skin. That's classic.
Did you pay for it?
No, you could get free skins.
Did you pay
Oh,
for
okay.
servers?
Well, when you
Oliver?
play, no, you could like get free ones. It was like this workaround.
Okay.
Get like a Hamachi server.
Oh, classic,
cool,
classic,
cool,
classic.
cool.
Yeah. Oh, Pixelmon was a thing. You get a mod for Pokemon in Minecraft.
Oh yeah, I saw a Yogg's cast. They did like a cover.
And Yogg's
Do you remember the
cast.
Yogg?
What a
Am I the only one? That
no
knows?
idea
I know
what
what
that
Yogg's
is.
cast is.
Oh, the young guys.
I ain't got a
The
clue.
Yogg's cast used to be like, you know, before Game Grumps, Yogg's cast used to be like the popular like Minecraft thing, gaming, like the most.
I don't know. Sky does Minecraft. It was my time.
PewDiePie.
Yeah, but Yogg's
That's
cast
recent.
were
It was
like,
Minecraft
you know,
recently.
these two guys that like Lewis Brindley and
Happy
Simon
Wheels.
something.
Mm.
And they just did like Minecraft like content and like other games. They're still around actually, but I think they not as big as they once
No,
were.
definitely not.
But they got into Sega All Stars Racing 2, the
What?
sequel. Like
What,
one
their
of the
characters?
one of the
That's crazy.
Oh, I got the first
Vlog-
one. It's
vloggers?
so good.
It is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty enjoyable.
Is it one of your most influential games?
No, but I will go on that now.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Here you go.
I got two quickly honorable mentions. One of them, of course, would be Skyrim. I think a lot of people really enjoyed that.
Mhm.
And the other one would be SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain. I'm a big wrestling fan, as I've discussed on this podcast before. It's probably the best wrestling game I've ever played, I'd say.
Wow.
Ooh, I always liked
for the
WWE
PS2.
2004, I think.
Oh, okay.
On PS2,
Yeah.
it was a good game.
But number 3, we'll start with Pokemon first, as we have so far. I've played since Red and Blue on the Game Boy when I was like 3 or 4 years old. But the one I remember most and what I enjoy the most, hands down, is Silver.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah, the Johto region is my favorite region. Some say it's like, oh, it's just Kanto twice because you go back to Kanto. But the Pokemon introduced is great. I love Lance. I love the future of Team Rocket and what it becomes. It's super cool. And the region's very pretty. It's the most like Japanese probably region out there. It is gorgeous. Yeah. And then we'll shoot up to the Mass Effect trilogy. Hands that. Oh my
Nice.
god. Oh,
Sucker for Mass
Ah!
Effect. Loves it.
oh wow, I love it so much.
Harry will be leaving us for a few months.
I
when
will
that,
be
when that finally releases.
when the Legendary Edition drops. I'm gonna be AFK from life for a while. The Mass Effect trilogy is amazing. I'm in the minority of actually enjoying the end of the third game as well. I don't think it was that bad.
So,
People just asked for too much that possibly couldn't happen, like Cyberpunk 2077.
Which
Yeah,
of the trilogy is your favorite?
two.
Yeah, two is
Yeah.
like very popular. I saw
Mhm.
I watched my friend Josh play like through 2. It was
Oh,
quite
yeah.
enjoyable. It's good to just watch.
The thing with 2 is that you have the most squad mates, so you get the most relationships built. Mass Effect is a
Oh,
game
yeah.
purely based around the relationships you make with your crew and all that stuff, and the second one does that the best. The story of
Sick.
the first one's my favorite though, because it sets up everything, and then 3, gameplay wise, hands down, is the greatest one.
Hmm.
And then moving on from the Mass Effect trilogy, which is definitely on top for me.
Kind of cheating almost.
I know it's cheating, but we're gonna lump
Yeah,
it
3
all
games
there.
in one.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
going to be cheating as well.
And then we'll go with Witcher 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That after
Two big RPGs.
Yeah, after playing Mass Effect, I was kind of looking for that next big RPG, and I struggled to find it. I tried playing Final Fantasy games. I would love them when I was a kid, but later years, I didn't enjoy as much. And then my friend bought me The Witcher 3 on a whim for Christmas. He was like, I think you'll enjoy this. I tried to play it first. I hated it. I went back to it a couple months later, and I fucking loved it.
Wow.
I did the
Wow.
exact same with Witcher 3.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I played it first, and I went straight to like a really hard level zone, and
Mhm.
I died, and I didn't touch it for like 6 months.
Oh yeah. It's as someone who hasn't played the first 2 games as well, and I still managed to understand the story. That's credit to CD Projekt Red for doing that.
Also.
But there are my games. Ow.
Nice.
Oh, sorry.
Those are my games. That's me. My name's Chef. I'm not gonna pass it on to Logan.
Okay. I don't think I have a. I
Happy Wheels.
if I have to put a Pokemon in there, I actually
You
no,
don't
I'm-
have to put a
don't have to.
Pokemon in.
Good. I'm not going to put a Pokemon in there because
Yeah.
I didn't find any of the Pokemon games like influential to my life.
Get him
There you
off.
go.
Get him off the podcast.
Why are you even here? Casual.
I think I'm gonna go the Splinter Cell trilogy.
Oh, nice.
I've never played it.
Because that was the first game I played where I could just be stealthy. I didn't have to be like actiony and shooty like a Ratchet and Clank game. There was
Right.
I had options to be stealthy, and I liked being stealthy. And then building from that, I'm gonna go to the Ezio games of Assassin's
okay.
Oh,
Creed.
wow.
Okay.
Amazing games.
Those are all like
Okay,
really
so
good.
that's like 6 games.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
6 games.
I've done about
for
6
your top
games.
3.
Oh, those are very similar reasons, all that stealth and stuff. And then going a bit again different is Civilization 5.
Ooh,
Ooh.
interesting.
Because that was the first ever PC game I actually probably played.
Cool.
Nice.
And like super strategy. And I've got like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours in that game.
That's crazy.
And I always just turn off every other victory type except domination.
Oh my gosh. Playing with
Makes sense.
Logan, you were like, because like if you play Monopoly with Logan, and like you were like you want to concede, he'd be like, no, let's play.
Yeah,
Let's
you gotta-
finish
you
the
gotta
whole
finish the game.
Even if, and so he'll slowly like play you and drain you of all your resources. It's like it's almost like sadistic.
I like playing Monopoly with Logan.
Do you?
I enjoy it.
well,
It's a
you're
long
a bit
game.
masochist.
It's a
Yeah, I
long
like
game.
it as well.
It's long, it's funny, just to see like the hope from your opponent's eyes just
Oh
Wow.
my god.
What a statement.
drain out of their face.
Oh my
Wow,
god.
cool.
So those are our most influential games.
Yeah.
Dexters, we're keen to hear yours.
Yeah, like post in the
yeah.
comments or email us at thedexperiencepodcast@gmail.com. That's
get to click like and
thedexperiencepodcast@gmail.com.
subscribe and hit the thumbs up button.
Or in the comment section, or
And that was our first episode.
and
How long have we been recording?
Now
for?
we're gonna talk about. I can't say
the
it.
episode here it's called
The
Genghis Khan Kid.
Even though it's not really
The
about
Genghis Khan.
Episode
Kid.
It's not
33.
Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan was like a Mongolian.
know.
Genghis Khan.
I just,
thing,
I,
right?
every time I can't say it properly. Genghis
That's
Khan.
okay.
Well,
buddy.
maybe you should try a little harder. Logan.
Wow, okay, that's
Genghis Khan.
new coming from Oliver.
New year, new
Yeah.
me.
Oliver is getting some spice.
yeah, new me. I'm a prick.
So we
now.
should jump into it, I suppose.
So yeah, like where were
Starts
we
with
last time?
Starts with the title crawl.
They
in a land
they're,
far in a galaxy
they're
far,
leaving
far away.
the range that they were in last.
They're in the Safari Zone.
Yeah, well,
they
the
were
last
Poke
episode
races,
was
the Poke races.
playing Pokeathlon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool episode.
And so now they're
Really
like still they're not sure if they're in the Pokemon Reserve or the Safari Zone, or if they're like reached the Safari Zone.
Mm.
And so they're walking around and they see like so many Pokemon, and Ash assumes that they're in the Safari Zone,
Yeah,
and he's
they
like
see,
going
like-
to go try and catch some
See,
Pokemon.
like, Vileplumes and Victory Bells.
Yeah, he sees
and
he sees a
Rhyhorns.
Chansey.
Sees a Chansey.
That's
Wow,
right.
it's such a rare Pokemon.
And then he's
It's
like,
like-
"Ooh, time to take my
And
chance."
it's like, here's my
Yeah.
chance.
And then, psych, it's Officer Jenny with a Chansey hat and a rifle.
Because it's the Chansey was really. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it's Officer Ranger Jenny, and she's arresting Ash and Gant on poaching.
Yeah. Can I just say, like, quickly, real life, poaching is such a serious issue. Like, PSA, like,
Yeah, don't poach.
yeah, it's like, you know,
Scramble
If
your
any
eggs.
of our listeners are poachers,
if you are a poacher, stop poaching.
stop.
No
However,
poaching.
have a,
I just talked over my really good egg joke. But
Oh,
that's fine.
sorry. Go on.
No, it's sad. Logan here it is.
I didn't hear it.
Listen,
Yeah, you listen to the episode.
if you can hear me.
I'll boost you up right up. I'll, like, it'll be the secret sound.
But yeah, they get arrested straight away, straight off
How's
the
it a
bat.
secret sound if you boost it up?
Yeah, so they're arrested for poaching, even though like they didn't attack any Pokemon or throw any balls yet. They just assumed.
He was about to throw. A
He
ball,
wasn't.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know,
Attempted poaching.
at a hat.
But I was just going to say, like, that's punishable by death. Like, Officer Jenny was within rights to shoot these children.
Well, I don't know.
I love how
It's
as
a-
well. She
it's-
just she's just like, oh, when she explains it, she's like, oh, you actually look like you don't know. They could just be really good actors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
then-
true.
They all have theater degrees.
Yeah, she just
These-
She just
That
lets
doesn't
them
mean
go.
you're a good actor.
Jeez.
Looks up to the. There's a degree on the wall up here.
So Officer Jenny, I really want to give shout outs to Officer Jenny for her bright pink tent.
Yes,
In
yeah.
the middle of the
Yeah,
woods.
in the middle
Oh.
of the safari
forest.
zone.
Reminded me of Ash's gloves from the first episode.
Yeah.
Mm.
Very nice
It's,
bright pink.
it's a rubber tent, so Pikachu can't shock. Surely.
And so
That
like,
gets
and so
so
like, she
hot.
kind of explains her deal that she's like a park ranger, essentially, and then she
Ranger.
gets a warning. Like she gets a poacher kind of alert thing, and then she's off about to go, and then the tree are like, "Here, let us help you in exchange for almost poaching on the safari zone," and she accepts, which I think is crazy.
Mhm.
Oh, also the badge on Officer Jenny's hat today is like a shield. It's,
Oh.
it's a little boom.
A little Pokemon
For,
Shield hint 20
video
years in the
viewers?
past.
Yeah,
For our audio listeners, good luck interpreting what I'm doing.
He's doing a little finger.
it's like a
thing.
shield finger.
Yeah,
And
Jenny
if-
and Joy watch.
and in the
Ta-dung.
episode, there's also a sun, which references Pokemon
Sun
Sun
and
and
Moon.
Moon. And if you
Who
look
knew?
closely, Officer Jenny has a gun, which
It's gonna
Maybe
rush it.
is the third game.
yeah,
Sword and
Sword
Shield.
and Shield.
Sword Shield gun.
Who would have thought it back in 1999 they'd be referencing these games?
Yeah.
So they're all this like little rover, like little Land Rover thingy car,
Yeah.
they
car
gotta-
vehicle.
A Jeep.
A
They
Jeep.
gotta go
Jeep.
fast.
That's what I was looking for. Jeep.
Yeah.
And give me guess who was going to do the poaching?
Team
Team
Rocket.
Team Rocket.
Wow.
And they
what those
deliver a motto
scoundrels.
to the Kangaskhan
Yeah.
just for the sake of
Yeah,
it.
I
It's
enjoy
not
it.
really to anyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Team Rocket find a big herd of Kangaskhan.
They got to do the motto.
Kangaskhan, if you don't know, is this like really
a-
large, normal type Pokemon. Has a little baby.
He's
in
a
its pouch.
kangaroo dinosaur.
Well,
I always
Kangaskhan
thought-
are mothers, right?
I always thought they were a
Yes.
ground type when I used to play the games.
Do you know that
Well, they're not
theory?
hairy, so-
Do you know that theory that the Kangaskhan baby and is like a baby
Cubone.
Cubone?
Yeah.
I think we've talked about this, and then
Yes.
and then it's like a divergent evolution.
It was
thing.
because of like in like the early 2000s, I think an unofficial magazine showed a photo of Cubone with its skull off, and they just used the baby Kangaskhan face for that.
Oh.
So I think
Yeah.
it diverged from that.
And I guess like that like design was like quite common for like that Pokemon, like
yeah, it would just
babyish
fit.
Pokemon.
Yeah,
Mm.
easy eyes, easy mouth.
Cute eyes, cute mouth.
Yeah.
But
But they
so
find
they
out how to Kangaskhan.
I think they have like what do? They like start a Lion King stampede.
Yeah, they shoot a
Mm.
bazooka
Yeah,
into the air.
They have a bazooka, which I find
And-
odd. Is that an actual like poaching strategy that they shoot something
Shoot
in the
warheads?
air? No, they
Well-
shoot something in the air and then
Well, no,
explodes. to
poachers would
scare-
just shoot
They'll
the
just
animal.
shoot 'em, Yeah.
They just shoot the animal. But
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
unless they were trying to keep it alive, then maybe they
Yeah, if they were trying to, like,
scare
herd the
it and
animals into
scare it into
somewhere.
a trap.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, they scare it, and then we learn that these Kangaskhan's were
Good job.
once approaching extinction as well, and the
Yeah.
only reason they're
Mm.
alive is because of the Safari Zone.
So,
seems
that's
like
why they're very
fun-
rare in the
Fun
games.
fact.
They're like
So
1%
rare.
chance in the Safari Zone in the games, I think.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, they
Crazy.
became very more and more like popular as games gone on. Same with Lapras.
Yeah, so Jessie's
swam.
trying to throw these Pokeball.
Lapras.
She throws a Pokeball, and then a boomerang comes out of nowhere,
Yeah,
and it ricochets the Pokeball right into her face.
And Baby Tarzan shows up.
Baby
Yeah,
Tarzan.
Baby Tarzan, literally.
Tomo,
It's
the
true.
Kangaskhan kid, shows up.
Yeah, he's like got like a leopard print, like little like what is it like sash thing
Sash,
going on,
yeah.
It's
Sachet.
picture Andre the Giant but leopard print.
or like
And
Fred Flintstone.
2 foot
Yeah,
tall.
it is. Yeah, it's like what the Flintstones
That's more
were.
recognizable than Andre the Giant. To most people, Harry. You
It's
damn
what the
wrestling,
Wrestling fan.
He's wearing a Fred Flintstone outfit.
Princess Bride.
He's cosplaying.
So like one thing I was like, are boomerangs like really popular in other countries?
No.
Nah.
Because like, well, no, because Tomo uses a boomerang, right?
Yeah.
And a boomerang's like a distinctly Australian Aboriginal weapon.
Well, everyone, yeah, like when you go to Australia, I bet one
Everyone's
of the
got a
most,
boomerang.
I bet one of the most popular things that you buy is
Yeah,
is a boomerang,
store,
Yeah.
right?
a souvenir
That
boomerang.
ridiculous.
Canada,
Because
I
I'm
mean,
just
Canada
like-
went to Australia January last year, February last year, sorry, and he bought a boomerang home.
Isn't it because, well,
a good throw.
Kangaskhan shares similarities with kangaroos, right?
Oh yeah.
So they probably based the
That's
land
right.
they were in maybe somewhere off Australia. They were thinking of like Australia,
true.
maybe.
That
Yeah,
makes sense.
'cause,
And
yeah.
I guess the tie-in with Tomo and Tarzan as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that the boomerang seems like an appropriate thing, I suppose.
I
Although
get-
it's not, but it seems like it.
It's like what I'm wondering is like how do people in Japan know about this like Australian thing?
Australia's not hidden away.
Yeah, and there's
like
like heaps
Crocodile
of-
Dundee.
Crocodile
and stuff.
Dundee.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
he use a boomerang? In
I would
Crocodile
assume so.
Dundee? I've never
probably
seen
like
it.
Steve Owen at one point would have
Yeah.
whapped one out.
I mean, like I never know. I don't know when I first saw. a
I'm just
boomerang.
imagining Steve Irwin doing the whap now. Thanks.
Tomo's whole story is basically just Tarzan, except a helicopter instead of a boat.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he
Yeah.
like gets oh my god. I don't know if we want to talk about it now, but the way that he ends up stranded in the reserve is like
Yeah,
Oh,
insane.
we're not up to there yet.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, he runs away, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomo
See-
runs away inside a pouch.
So,
Which do you think
inside the
it's-
pouch of the
Yeah,
cat.
yeah.
Sensory
Okay,
and
the parents
slimy?
show up, right?
Yeah, and then the parents show up.
Well, hold on, Logan had a
No,
conversation
because
point there.
it gets he throws the ball away and then
Yeah.
Tomo runs into a pouch.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then do you guys think it's slimy and
Yes.
like placenta?
Absolutely.
He's just like, yay!
There's like I
Grabbing the
remember
goo on
we
himself.
in school because I grew up in Australia. We like learnt a lot about like the marsupials of Australia. 'cause,
Ray the platypus.
That's
Um,
funny.
Imagine
like,
if humans had to do
it's
that.
like essentially like
Ah.
it's like
Had a
It's-
pouch.
it's like a fleshy, like warm kind of slimy sack that's kind of like like the inside of
Go on.
Say it.
Yeah, what are you saying?
Go on.
it's
Say
like like the inside of the foreskin kind of like that kind of texture.
Steve Owen.
Cool.
Where do we go
Interesting
from
theory.
here?
So then, yeah, Tomo runs away with the rest of the Khan. And
The
then-
Khan.
The Khan.
The
The
I'm
Khan.
not sure if you should call it that.
Kanga and the Khan.
The Khan clan.
Oh my god,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Logan!
Wow,
You
we're
can't
really,
call it
we're
that.
really on it today.
Why not?
Because you're very close to something else, Luke.
Yeah,
Kangaskhan.
the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh, okay. I didn't actually pick up on that.
Okay.
Yeah, so he goes off with the Kangaskhan,
He
and
goes
then
off with the Khan, and then they
then-
talk
and
about
then-
white power.
and then his parents show up out of nowhere. These two people.
Oh yeah,
his mother and his father.
The two most wildest
Yes.
characters in I think so far that we've
Well,
seen.
I think
Eliza
the mum's
and
pretty.
Nigel Thornberry.
The mum is
Papa
pretty
and Mama.
normal.
They're called-
She just there's nothing that
Oh, wait,
interesting
we
about her
never-
character design, but
we
the
never
father.
find out their names.
No, yeah, they're called Papa and Mama.
Papa and Mama.
But the father is like a very short man who's a.
Short old white man. Yeah.
And
With
they,
What's
very
his, how do you
round
explain his
nipples.
face?
they show up.
Do we see his nipples?
Yes, we do see his
Oh, okay. I
nipples.
was like, what?
Yeah.
He looks like the Pringles guy without a mustache.
Yeah.
He looks a
Or-
bit like the mayor of Townsville.
Ah,
Oh,
without a
yeah.
mustache. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So they show up. They're
And I
like,
guess
oh,
the
have you
mama's-
seen our?
and a helicopter. They show up in a
Yeah,
helicopter.
they land a helicopter and they're like, oh, have you seen our son?
Yeah, we've
Um,
heard he's been here.
Yeah, we've seen reports that he's been here.
We got a
We like
photo.
lost him here a few years ago.
5 years ago when
5
he was.
I
years
was like,
ago.
that's
3.
wild. And why haven't they like got in contact with Jenny about this
Right.
situation?
Especially because he's
she
a-
knows about him.
We go back. They take him back, and they're like, "Oh, is this your son?" And Jenny has a full-on registered list.
Oh,
She
here's
has
his,
like his address.
here's his
written
address.
down.
Yeah, he lives here. Yeah.
I was
One,
like,
two, three,
she let this
Kangaskhan
kid-
Street.
She let this kid live in
These
this
are
forest.
negligent parents, and we'll see throughout the episode that
They certainly are.
they are bonkers.
Do you know what's actually crazy? Tomo's only 2 years younger than Ash.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
He's
Crazy.
8 years old
He looks a lot younger.
because he was
Yeah.
lost when he was 3, and it's been
Well,
5
it's like-
years.
Yeah.
You know, like surviving off of what, like Kangaskhan Khan milk would be quite.
Probably berries, Dennis.
Probably Caterpie. Probably
No, no.
Caterpies.
Canopies.
no,
They fries
will-
up Caterpies.
I'm pretty sure that Tomo has been subsisting off of Kangaskhan Khan milk, and I'll explain. Because there's like a joke in the episode that they changed in the Japanese version. You know when like Tomo's talking to Misty, and he's like, "Are you people or Pokemon?"
Yeah.
And then like Misty gets upset and stuff. And like in the Japanese version, Tomo's like something like, can I like can I suckle on those?
I actually thought that because he says, he asks her, are you a person or a Pokemon? And she literally just like hits him, like she like decks him in the head,
Yeah.
which is quite violent. And I was like, well, that's extreme. I was talking to Georgia, my girlfriend, she watched it with me. And then I was like, oh, maybe it was because in the Japanese version it was like a dirty joke.
Yeah.
And it
Oh.
was.
Ah,
Because she
cool.
properly hits him. And I was like, that was uncalled for.
And then it's the
That
same
explains it
when he
then.
meets his mom as well and
Thought so.
sees her boobs, and he's like, "Oh, can I nurse with you?"
Oh.
And then like when the papa he's like exposing his nipples,
Ah, okay, there we go.
and he's
yeah.
like,
Okay.
he's like, "Tomo, do you remember nursing?"
I was like, why is the dad?
Why is he just
Showing his
flashing?
chest.
What was
Yeah.
the line? What was the line he said with that in the English version?
He was just like, do you remember me, Papa?
Yeah,
yeah.
He has a show. I was like, do you remember Papa?
It's messed up.
That
I'm
is.
glad they cut that.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay.
We haven't even mentioned how they lost Tomo though. Like the
I
dad.
I don't think we're there yet.
No, no,
yeah,
I've
they
got it
start
here.
explaining it. So
Oh, that's crazy,
because
right?
they go
So
back
they're-
to Jenny's office.
Yeah,
and, she
so they're
shows them.
taking the helicopter ride all these times ago, and then Papa's like, look, he wants to get a better view. Fucking takes him out of the helicopter, hold him out the window like full Michael
3-year-old.
Jackson. Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
A
And the
3-year-old.
mama's like, be careful, he's gonna fall. He's like, nah, he's fine. And then he falls.
And he's like, and the mum like screams, and he's like, he's just getting a closer look.
Oh my
And
god.
a parachute.
A parachute.
happens.
And then a parachute comes out of nowhere.
And why don't they just land, or like, why doesn't
why
Papa
does
jump
it?
after him?
Oh,
But little
ridiculous.
plot
It's
hole.
so funny.
When things were happening with the Kangaskhan, something happened to Jenny's car, and it like blew up at the front. Not blew up, but like steam came out of it. She's
Yeah.
like, oh, it doesn't work anymore.
It got really hot.
And then they go back to the tent. It's like, oh, let's go back to the tent. And then it cuts to the tent, and the car's outside.
Well, it was probably like
The engine overheated,
radiator.
so maybe
yeah, it could have just been
cooled
overheated.
down.
Yeah.
Like it didn't have water
I
in the
don't believe
radiator
it.
or something.
Shame, Oliver.
I don't know. The whole thing like popped up.
Yeah, it could have just overheated.
Hey,
I
maybe
believe
she
it.
was like a mechanic,
Okay, maybe.
skills and stuff.
Oh, true,
Yes,
it
Are
did.
you,
yeah.
are
A
you
child
doubting-
jumped from a helicopter in this episode.
All right, never
This
mind.
is a wild episode. I was like, there's not much to talk about, but
So-
I feel like there is.
The
So what,
kid,
what
the
happens
kid
after that?
jumps
Yeah.
out, and then they go find
the parachute.
Tomo, right? They go find Tomo.
Where they go?
There's
Oh, sorry. I
another,
thought we were
there's-
still in the.
there's
the-
more
No,
there's
no.
more
Yes.
poachers. There's
Sorry.
another poacher alert.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
and just quickly, there's a line where the dad goes, "My lumbago," and that line has been etched into the back of my mind for years now, like
Why?
because it's just like my lumbago. What is a lumbago?
Did you look it up?
No,
No,
I didn't.
you don't-
Well,
you don't.
well,
Should
why-
have looked it up. I think it's like a back condition, right?
By
I have no idea.
Lamborghini. Maybe it's just an off-brand Lamborghini.
Talking about Papa though, so he's wearing a zebra suit, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys think it's real zebra skin that he's?
Oh,
wearing?
surely it's a Blitzel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Blitzel.
Yeah.
Must be right.
The Gen 5 Pokemon. Yeah, it's a Blitzel.
Because
Keeps
he's
you
like a
warm.
rich, I assume billionaire, because he was taking a helicopter around the
And he
world.
Yeah.
doesn't care about his
Yeah,
kid.
And he doesn't care about his
eccentric.
kid. So I guess he's wearing
I
a
could
real
buy another
zebra
one.
suit around this.
I mean, like, if you look at Papa and look at Mama, like, surely he's got to be packing, like, in some way.
What?
Like,
Right.
in
Yeah, but
money.
it'll be his wallet. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not what I meant.
Filthy
Well,
mind.
that's how I interpret it.
Filthy mind.
Have we gotten to the point where they flip to, like, the Kangaskhan song?
no, that's so they
No.
go to find
Oh, yeah.
Tomo now when they hear
Mhm.
that
We're not
Oh no,
close
did
to
they
it.
just go look for him? Right? There's no alert yet. The alert's later.
I think they're like, oh yeah, we have his street address.
Oh,
Let's
that's
go
right.
to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they go to him, and then they find Tomo, and that's when that whole Misty like wanting milk,
Yeah. And she like hits him in the head because they
Yeah.
find him.
and then
Oh, we haven't mentioned that his like speech is like
He's like-
he is very bad.
He's like,
They're
Tomo
extinct.
is very
Yeah.
strong.
it's like Tarzan. Or
Yeah.
it's like Tarzan.
I totally missed the Misty thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
She
then
asks her, are you a person or a Pokemon?
and then your
She's
Papa
like,
and
Checks him.
Papa and Mama are like, "Do you remember me? Do you remember me? We're your parents." And then Misty's like, "Yeah, they're your parents." And then he
Oh.
has like then he has that flashback to
the Kangaskhan.
The King- Genghis
Before
Khan
that, they
lullaby.
find an injured baby Kangaskhan.
Oh, that's,
that's
right.
right.
And
Yeah.
Brock's like, hey, I'm a good breeder. I got one potion. and sprays it on the Kangaskhan, and then when the
Yeah.
Kangaskhan cries from the spray, that's
Yeah.
when Tomo
Right,
comes out
yeah.
with the boomerang.
Yeah.
To try and
Um,
protect it. That's
Is this
right.
also where the father also hits Tomo on the head?
That's
and that's how
after.
he
Yes, that's
trains?
at the end
So
of
yeah,
it.
That's at the end.
Toma has
Yeah.
that flashback
There's
to
some-
like the
That was
Kangaskhan
an ass.
raising him.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like that
That's a
bit
that was a
like,
nice little
it was
lullaby.
ethereal. I really enjoyed it. It was
It was still in
ethereal.
Japanese.
It,
so
yeah, it was.
Mm.
How did you know that?
Just know these things. Yeah. I looked it up because I was like, that's not English.
Yeah.
it was.
He's a bit cultured.
I went on Bulbapedia and double checked as well.
Bulbapedia.
So yeah, Tomo's kind of like having.
Sponsor
Today's
us.
episode
I
is
think
sponsored.
like. I think, and then he gets knocked on the head with like a giant log
Yeah,
from
his
Papa.
dad
just hits him on the
Papa's
head.
He's
like,
like, he's gonna kidnap Tomo and
Yeah.
just take him away from where he perceives to be his
Yeah.
home, and
Yeah.
just try and be like, oh well, we'll start again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
he
was-
literally says that.
Let's
He's
take
like,
Tommy.
"Oh, we'll
Yeah.
start again." Like,
The violence is awful.
Hey,
It's
Dad.
terrible.
hey,
His
do you know what
dad
though?
is
It
not
got
nice.
results.
It did.
yeah.
Yeah,
It
the whole
did.
theory of
So-
just if you got brain issues,
Yeah.
just knock yourself with the frying pan,
If
you'll
you
be
have
fine.
like
Not good.
depression,
Because guess what?
anxiety,
Tomo remembered his mum. So-
yeah, because he had a
The evidence
flashback.
is there.
Hit
'Cause
yourself
the
over the
mum-
head with something.
Because he
guys.
got knocked out, and then Mama went and like tried
Do
to
it.
like like nursed him a
Yeah.
bit to try and like help him, and then he kind of
He freaks out.
he has like
Yeah.
he has literally like an episode of like crisis of identity where he's like, am I a Kangaskhan child or am I a human child? And he has
Like
an
man or a
existential crisis, and
It's
we're
like-
watching him go through this.
It was like
Yeah.
the end of midway through Act 1 of Les Mis when Jean Valjean was like, am I 24601? Am I Jean Valjean?
Exactly
Mm.
like that.
It's exactly
Who am I? 24601.
I would argue that Les Mis didn't do it as well though.
yeah.
You know what? I usually defend Les Mis, but in this situation, you're damn right.
Thank you.
And,
Sorry, Hugh Jackman.
And so
Give the Academy Award to.
I think there's something that comes up where like Tomo realizes that the Kangaskhan are in trouble, like because
Like a spider sense, I think, or just an I don't remember.
I don't know.
think
He
it's like an
just
explosion or
runs
something.
away.
yeah, because there's a giant, and then there's a giant Kangaskhan,
Like
Metal-
a mecha Kangaskhan.
Actually, is this the
Mecha
first
Khan.
time that Team Rocket come back after already saying blasting off again? Because they get blasted off. They get blasted off in that first fight when they fail to
Yeah.
when thingy comes and things, and then they come back in this big middle thing. Is that the first time?
Did they say we're blasting off?
Yeah,
yet?
they do.
Oh.
they did,
Everything,
yeah.
the whole thing
Then
happens.
yes,
I thought it wasn't going to come
it,
back.
It would be, yeah, because we've seen them like get knocked away, but there's no ding or blasting off again.
Oh,
It would be.
Fun
I
time.
guess so. Yeah, I can't think of any other
Mm.
the other.
But yeah, because I was just like shocked. I thought it was going to be like just a misc bad guy for the
Yeah.
rest of it. but-
Interesting.
Well, you know, they with these kind of things, they have to like it's easy. It's narratively, and it makes more sense to just have the same characters villains show up.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah. I was just shocked because
Yeah, it's just interesting,
they'd already
yeah.
blasted off.
Yeah, that's
And,
intriguing.
and so like the Kangaskhan like attracts the mecha Kangaskhan attracts all these Kangaskhan.
It's like Mecha Godzilla.
Except
them.
Mama, the Mama one,
Yeah,
Tomo's
it
mum.
knows.
Tomo's mum was like, "Oh, that's fake," and was trying
Yeah.
to stop
Yeah.
them all.
The larger Kangaskhan.
And then they shot her with a tranquilizer.
Yeah, and they shot a bunch of them with tranks,
Yeah.
didn't they?
yeah, they were taking wanted to poach them all.
Not very nice.
Mhm.
Wanted to catch them all.
And
Poach
so
them.
everyone else arrives.
That should be a Pokemon game.
Ash uses Bulbasaur
them
to
all.
kind of wrap that mecha Kangaskhan in vines.
Big old fight.
He sent
Squirtle.
Squirtle to do a skull bash,
Yeah.
which does nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it sounded a bit weird, like pitched a bit higher than it usually.
Yeah, it
is.
was interesting.
That seems really awful to make a Squirtle bash its
Yeah.
head into a thing of metal.
Squirtle, I love you, man, but do better.
Well, you know, that's Ash's
is on
fault.
No, it's not
It's on
Squirtle's
Ash. It's
fault.
on
It's
Ash.
Ash's fault.
Squirtle could be like, no,
And
man.
then,
That's a bad
I gotta
idea.
go fight
Ash.
fires. Come
and then
on.
it goes on, and then like, don't they leak fuel or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
And-
Well,
Well,
I think
Ash
it's,
sends out Charmander and Pikachu to do some flamethrowers on Thunderbolts,
Tomo-
and then Tomo yeets his boomerang,
At
which
the-
knocks the fuse thing, which
Yeah.
then Charmander's flamethrower.
yeah, the
sets it
fuel
all alight.
cap, right?
Yeah.
and then the
And then it
parents,
turns it into like a giant flaming fireball.
which is actually probably more dangerous.
Yeah, and it just
It's only
starts
going to burn the
running
whole
at them.
like preservation, and then the parents come and
Well, okay,
kamikaze.
this is the most insane thing I've like literally they like everyone's in trouble, and out of nowhere the parents have managed to get into the helicopter, and they're like they're charging it right into the Kangaskhan, the mecha
Yeah.
Kangaskhan.
They want to save their kid.
And what do they say? Like, Like,
I don't know. They're just like, we love you,
yeah.
Tommy. and
We love
then-
you, Tommy. Never
Suckle.
forget us.
Yeah.
Suckle on my nips, Tommy.
They're like saying stuff that they would say if they knew they were gonna die.
Well,
kind of
they
stuff.
they thought they probably
Oh.
were because the helicopter
This-
would have blown up and they would.
This
have
was
died.
awful.
And could you imagine if you're like Tommy, just like finding out who your real parents are, and then just seeing them like sacrificing themselves like
Yeah.
that?
The way this helicopter flew into the mech and just
It's
exploded.
brutal.
I was like, what? I was like, it was insane.
And then that
They did.
Brutal.
And then
I'm like, they did.
TR
There's no way to survive that.
TR explodes. They go away,
They blast
and then
off.
it's like there's like actually there actually is like a moment of silence, right?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a moment of
Yeah,
silence.
moment of
And
silence.
Tomo goes up like
And then,
He's like
and
crying.
then Misty or
yeah.
Block is Brock is like,
block.
they sacrificed themselves.
What it sounds like
I'm
Hearken.
like-
They sacrifice himself.
And I'm like,
man.
oh, I was
Two
freaking
parents.
out on the couch. I was
their
losing.
authority. Freaking out of the
I
couch.
was like, what?
I could picture it. I know exactly.
Oh,
what
this
you're
is
doing.
good.
Oliver had to, Oliver called his parents and
I
told them.
did. I did.
You're like, did you tell them you love them?
Mom, don't
No, it's just
kamikaze.
like, Tomo's parents.
Mom, never get into a helicopter.
Yeah.
But alas,
Oh.
they're alive.
They are alive. They
and
literally.
they've got new clothes.
Yeah.
There's like a nice moment where like Mama sings like a lullaby
Yeah.
over the sad music,
Yeah.
and then they just jump up wearing like
Costume
the
change.
leopard print
When the
out of
Tarzan
nowhere.
clothes. And they're
And-
like, Tomo, we're gonna stay with you with the Kangaskhan.
Yeah.
Check the Kangaskhan.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then
Crazy.
they become Kangaskhan's and they all
All
say,
three of them are in the
They
pouch.
go native.
yeah, they're in the same
Oh,
pouch.
I think that's a racist term.
I think it is.
Yeah.
and then
They say that they'll stay with Tomo to protect the Kangaskhan.
Did you-
and then they what are they saying when they're saying
Kanga
goodbye?
Kanga
The
Kangaskhan.
Kangaskhan.
Which also is another thing that's like etched in my mind. Like it triggers memories for me.
It's no diglet dig, diglet dig,
Trio, trio, trio. Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
that,
clearly
that was the whole episode.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was funny.
A lot
It was
happened.
bonkers. It starts
was
with
bonkers.
Ash having a gun pointed in his face from from Officer Jenny with a Chansey hat on.
Yeah.
To two rich people kamikaze in a helicopter into a mecha Kangaskhan.
Yeah.
This is
I really
Pokemon.
enjoyed it, but I was,
It was-
like
yeah, it was-
shocked by the violence though. Like
It was a good episode.
I can't get over Tomo being like to Misty, "Are you a person or a Pokemon?" And Misty's just like, "How dare you?" And she just like, it wasn't a slap. She like punches him.
Oh my
like,
God.
she
dicks
punched
him
him
in the
in the
head.
But now we know why.
Right.
Yeah.
Because of the translations, and it's quite a few apparently.
Yeah, quite a few-
In this
yeah.
episode.
What's interesting is they do change out like some certain
Yeah.
dialogue, like Team Rocket's English dialogue, while keeping kind of the basic idea.
Yeah.
Is completely like it's like changed to be more like colorful and
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That's
dynamic.
good.
Yeah, the dialogue. Yeah, because the next episode we're gonna review, I've watched in English and in now Japanese because I watched the dub version you sent us.
Yeah.
And I can remember the English dialogue. It
never
very-
and out.
No, I'm pretty sure I've watched it.
The
in
Legend
English.
of Dratini.
I think I've seen an English version.
Really?
I think.
Wow.
And it's different.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, that is a banned episode.
Yeah,
That's
so-
what we're talking about next time.
Yeah.
It will be next
It
time.
was. I would have loved to see that, and I would have loved to see how they like after watching both. I would have loved to see what changes they made to like.
I'm pretty sure.
In-
I could be wrong. I'm
English
pretty
version.
sure. I've seen
We'll
it in
talk about
English.
that next
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
And that was The Legend of Dratini. Bottom line for me is
That was not
That
Legend
was
of
the
Dratini.
Kangas-
That was
Kangaskhan
Kangaskhan
the
kid.
Kangaskhan Kid. Sorry. Bottom line for me for the Kangaskhan
Oh,
Kid
shit.
is sometimes a head injury is good.
Bottom line for me is that violence should not be seen as medication for mental illness.
Okay. Just,
Logan, do you have one? 'Cause I'm.
Oh yeah. Bottom line is, this is what would happen if Tarzan lived in Pokemon.
Bottom line for me is Tomo should be the new Jean Valjean.
Just sing-
Recast
I
language.
dreamed a dream. of time gone by.
Our unsung hero of the week goes out
It's
to
Fontaine. down.
baby Kangaskhan,
Ooh.
who
Ah.
is, what is it? Is it Kangaskhan? Is it a different Pokemon?
It's the
Yeah.
best. It's the best Mega Evolution. Period.
Yeah.
How does it work
Yeah.
where there's like you can have two apparently different
Two bros.
How do you
Pokemon in one
hatch
bowl?
a Kangaskhan from an egg and
That
it has
has
a
a baby?
baby?
Yeah.
Pokemon, get it together.
Yeah.
It doesn't make
Sort
sense.
it out.
Sort it out.
Figure it out.
How do you hatch 6 eggs from one egg with Execute?
Well, they're still like linked mind-wise.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's 6 eggs from one egg.
It's true.
They're not actually eggs. They're
The
like
seeds, yeah, the
yeah.
seeds, but they look like eggs. But it's 6 eggs from one egg.
6 eggs from one egg. These questions need answers.
Pokemon,
together,
we
game.
demand
Nintendo,
answers.
come on. Or we'll get Smosh to do it.
They'll have answers.
Yeah, I know Ian Heacock.
Does anyone have any final thoughts?
They liked.
I just have a
tweeting
small
my friends.
one. That was a interesting episode.
Yeah.
I think that's all I've got to say about that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. Hey, it's not one that really advances the story or anything. But like I've said, I've always enjoyed the filler more than the actual core episodes. And it's enjoyable. It's kooky. The dad's an ass, but
Yeah.
it's a good time. Watch it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Harry. Where it really was just a bonkers episode.
Bonkers.
And at the end of it,
Did you
it didn't really follow the plot or anything at all. It was just like an enjoyable, fun episode that also made you uncomfortable. But like, because it was super over the top. But yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good episode. It was bonkers. It was wacky. Usually, like, sometimes when we watch Pokemon episodes, I, like, kind of have something and, like, I kind of think of something that kind of to bring up, like, something about, like, maybe the time it was made, or are we looking back on it now about how it's different, or, like, a wacky theory. But, I mean, there wasn't really much for me to kind of pick apart because it was, like, just a Tarzan spoof with, like, fun characters.
Are you trying to say they stole an idea?
Nintendo stealing ideas?
I guess I would say I raised the question: is Tomo better off with the Kangaskhan than with his parents?
It's not Nintendo.
Because like
It's also not intended.
Yeah.
That's an interesting question. Yeah.
I just want to
Probably
retcon
not.
something.
Think on that, Dexter.
I remember it now. I didn't see The Legend of Dratini. I watched a Jay Witz video where he mentions it.
Okay.
That's what it would have been.
Okay, thank you.
Shout out to you, Jay.
Shout out
Woods.
to the fact checkers and Harry's brain for figuring that.
Thanks, guys. For
But
coming
yeah,
with me.
Adults.
Dexter's join us next time for the band episode,
Ooh.
The
Legend
Legend
of
of
Dratini.
Dratini.
It's not,
See you,
it's not that spooky.
It's not spooky at all.
I
Not
was trying
one
to do like a Dratini cry.
Oh.
It wasn't.
But so
Try it,
Dexters,
buddy.
thank
That's the
you
important
for listening. If you're listening
man.
during the
Oh,
day,
quickly.
Oh,
I just want to give a shout out to everyone that's been leaving reviews.
of
to
course.
to the one
yeah.
person left a review. That was very kind of you.
thank you.
Shout out. We really loved it
gotta-
after we saw it. We saw it like 2 days ago or something, and we were like, oh my god,
Yeah,
that's
it's
so
really nice
nice.
to read.
We actually got
Thank
to
you.
give a big shout to the Dexters out in Canada.
Canada.
Yeah.
We found out recently that we is it ranked like fifth in
Five.
the,
Fifth, like
in
we're
the,
somewhere.
in the animation and manga category in Apple Podcasts.
That's pretty
in
cool.
Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how.
Yeah, Canada.
Cheers,
time, though.
Canada.
you
And-
crazy maple syrup loving people. I love you.
And as well as that, like, that we're quite blessed in New Zealand to be able to be together
For sure.
and to, have such an amazing time. And hopefully, like, our podcast is giving you, like a chance to kind of get away from all the stresses of life that
Sometimes you
whatever
wanna
may
go.
be, like, all over the world. And, like, we're hoping everyone's, like, all our Dexters are listening, are having... keeping
better
themselves
2021.
well, looking after themselves,
Staying safe.
and where our thoughts are with you, and hope you're doing well.
Wash your hands where I'm at.
Yes.
Stay safe, Dexters.
Logan, take it away.
Yeah.
And if you're listening during the day, I hope you have the good rest of your day. And if you're listening in the evening, have a good night.
Have a good night.
Good night, Dexters.
See you, Dexters. Bye.
PewDiePie's for Friday. Shit.
Fridays with PewDiePie. It's not PewDiePie's with Fridays.
Come on, Harry.
Fridays with
It's
PewDiePie.
Fridays with PewDiePie.
Fridays with
So
PewDiePie.
Thursdays with Dexperience. That's when we
Yeah.
release it.
You still waving? Is this still going on?
Are we still gonna-
Experience. Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes two.
Experience. Digimon.
Dexperience. If you're watching during the day, have a good day.
Dexperience.
Have a good night.
Dexperience.
Live your dreams.
Dexperience.
Everything you could want.
Experience.
Everything that you need.
Yeah, don't poach. Scramble your eggs.